Hello, my friends, and welcome to your tarot reading tonight. Let's get us grounded. If you haven't already and you want to get grounded a little further for a longer time, feel free to pause the video and you can take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, as long as you need. Otherwise, I will ground us, ringing my sound bowl 3 times. Get yourself in a comfortable position. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale out. Continuing to breathe here. Breathing in clarity. Exhaling out the old and anything that doesn't serve you. Let's take 2 more deep breaths all the way in, filling up through the belly and chest. Sigh out. And 1 more time, not being afraid to make yourself heard. Allowing yourself to be present in this moment. I ask my highest vibrational spirit guides and angels to work with your highest vibrational spirit guides and angels so that we may get messages unbiased, only clarity and truth for the highest good of all involved, for our collective here. So it is. Okay. And so, hopefully you feel more grounded. Clearing our energy before tarot reading is very important, just for being able to discern and get clear messages that come into your mind. And so it helps me as well as a reader, as I'm growing on my journey. So let's begin. First, let's do our affirmation of the week for the collective. We have no negative effery here, only good vibes and energy. Hell yeah. No negative effery here, only good vibes and energy. If you need to say it with me, if you haven't said it, say it with me one more time. No negative effery here, only good vibes and energy. And I feel that this is that confidence, that confident energy that we're stepping into as a collective, as we're also stepping into this new astrological year. We're in Aries season right now, and technically it is a new astrological year if we're going by that cycle. So this energy is going to be about being headstrong and stepping into your values, prioritizing even your relationship dynamics. And at this time, as we're going into this full moon, which is occurring now at the time that I'm filming this, it's the pink moon. This is in 2026, pink full moon in Libra. And so that energy mixed with Libra, that fiery energy, the headstrongness that can come from Aries. With Libra, it can be powerful. Libra is an air sign. And Libra, right now, it's really about balance and justice. And this time really is creating a sense of newness, creating balance in a new beginning. And we're wanting to get some stable foot, some stable grounding energy as we're getting into a new beginning in our life in some way, shape, or form. You could also be having a new partnership, whether that's romantic or business, or just someone that you're collaborating with as a friend. And just as how in spring flowers bloom and grow, it also feels like a time that I'm sensing collectively that we're all also wanting to bloom and grow just like the flowers, right? And the seasonal changes really do affect us as well. So it aligns in that cycle. So far, let me know if this is resonating in the comments, if there's newness in your life that you've already started. And I would love to know. Feel free to share because your voice deserves to be heard too. All right. And so, yeah, that no negative vibes energy, I feel like that does come through with the confidence. Like you're not going to let someone else's negative energy, their negative mood influence you, right? And it's not even about bypassing that. It's just about standing firm in your boundaries and having discernment and compartmentalizing, what someone else is going through doesn't need to also be affecting you negatively as well. Okay. And I pulled a higher self message for this week with my Galactic Star Tarot deck. I love this deck. It's everything that has to do with just woo-woo, alien. Like, I love it. Galactic beings, star beings in here. Maybe you're someone that knows about star beings. You see King of Discs here. So King of Discs. I interpreted this before meditation last night. And the King of Discs, basically, this is that Aries energy as well. That King energy. Like, it's similar to the Emperor card in Tarot, which is also connected to Aries too. And then you see this animal here has horns, and it reminds me of Aries, even though Aries is the ram. But it's like, it sort of looks like a bull. It's like strong, you know, it's like stable, firmly standing ground, you know, firmly standing ground where they are. There is a confidence there. It doesn't look urgent. The energy does not look urgent in this card. And I feel like this is similar to that Aries energy, even if that's a bull, you know, or a cow even. A galactic cow actually is like an alien cow. It has like an eye, a third eye in the middle there. If you guys can see that. But yeah, this King energy, this is healthy masculinity here. So this King of Discs also represents King of Pentacles. So there is like a level of feeling abundant and confident with what you have, working with what you got, and getting your ducks in a row, getting yourself grounded, getting your life positioned in a way that feels, I'd say, calmer, and it makes you feel confident, but at the same time, the energy is accepting what is. I feel like this energy is accepting what is. And it's seeing things fall into place, seeing things falling into place. For a moment, this looks like actually a full moon as well in the background, but I know that it's not that. It's the disc that this king here is, I feel like they're holding on to or creating, because the energy is also coming from their palms. So I feel like this is you taking ownership of your life as we're stepping into April through this Aries energy. In April is really this month that you're getting a foundation for things in your life, getting it more grounded. And like I said, ducks in a row. So maybe you are taking ownership over how, not only just your work, I'm feeling it's more than just work, it's just every area of your life, you're taking ownership over stabilizing it. So it's a very powerful energy. And I feel like this is also coming from your heart center as well. And Aries does very much have a big heart. And they have a fiery energy, but you know, it's like they can have a boldness that can sometimes be blunt, but it's also with love. And I feel like this is you standing ground. Maybe you're also setting your boundaries vocally as well, but I feel like everything that you're doing right now is also aligning to your heart, and you see this green energy above. So I do feel like that's like a portal of energy that's like overall, the overarching energy is connecting to love, connecting to source energy itself. And you're feeling like this abundant being who's allowing yourself to get things in order, but also just seeing things play out, and you're working with what you got, and you're feeling stable with that. And that's a beautiful energy at this time. So let me know if you're resonating with that right now, if you're feeling some kind of calm, you know, after a storm in your life. I feel like that is an energy that a lot of our collective is going through right now as we're transforming. And by the way, this reading tonight is going to be much shorter because yeah, I'm trying to also build boundaries for myself as I'm growing this channel. I want it to not be too overwhelming for people who end up finding out about me. And so yeah, I'm going to give shorter messages. But also, this reading tonight will be connected to the reading from last week, which was a 30-minute video. I actually would like that video to be something that we keep in mind. So watch that back if you haven't watched it yet. Okay, it's going to be connected to this energy. I mean for it to be connected. Okay, so it says, we have another higher self message card here that aligns with this King of Discs. It says, an eclipse may hide your light, but not forever. So that's really cool that we got this recently. And it's just a reminder that the things that we went through, or maybe secrets that were uncovered during the recent eclipse. So maybe during the recent eclipse, there was something that was uncovered, or there was a certain shadow period. Things could have felt dark in your life. There could have been certain things about yourself specifically that you were noticing and realizing. Maybe things you let slide in your life. Maybe even your fears and your doubts, they came to the surface. And this was a reminder that that wasn't a period that's forever, you know, and the light in your life is not separate from you. And that's that reminder that that's that source energy, God, spirit, universe. That light is also you. This is your willpower. This is your soul. This is your spark, your flame. And the shadows, the fears, the doubts, even of like our community, of our society, it can cloud what it means to be alive. But it doesn't mean, you know, that's the only way to view life and that's the only way we'll live life. It's not forever. Everything's in a cycle. And even if you look at, you know, we have a full moon right now at the time I'm filming this video. You know, the full moon, it's like round, you know, it's round and it's big and it's bright and it's showing itself. And here it's also round, this eclipse, the moon and sun, you know. I feel like this is resonating with the lunar eclipse, the recent lunar eclipse specifically, because I know there was a solar eclipse too, weeks before that. But yeah, I do feel you know, it's like that energy, the eclipse, the planets moves in circular motion, but then also the planets themselves are like circular, right? And I feel that there's just like maybe a full circle moment that has come to you, or you feel it. You feel like there's a full circle moment coming to you. This can expand even further to the collective. Like maybe a lot of us are feeling that there's something big that's coming, and I feel like that energy has been around since September, honestly. But you know, I feel like this is like the calm before the big reveal. Not even the calm before the storm, but a calm before a big reveal. So now, yeah, let's dive deeper into some the spread itself. So I'm going to be using my tarot deck that has sacred geometry on it. This is tarot by Soha Mystic. And let's see, I love it because I feel like this one, it's connected to that eclipse energy where the light is shining behind it, because all these cards, as we're going through transformation, you know, they have like a yellow light that's behind a silhouette of like whatever person is in this reading. Ooh, okay. So we have some cards here, and I feel called to have all of them be the ones that are pulled. Let's see. We have, okay, Six of Pentacles. It does have a balanced energy, and that is about harmony and relationships, abundance through relationships. Five of Wands is there's maybe some conflict or chaotic energies. There is a change. The High Priestess, this is a major arcana card. I'm going to show you guys this in a second. That's literally about tapping into your divine feminine energy. I'm going to go deeper into that in a moment. And then Seven of Cups reversed. Okay, so there could be a lot of options, and you're trying to learn how to discern with your intuition. So Six of Pentacles here. This does have to do with balance. This does align for sure with our was this full moon in Libra, right? Full moon in Libra. We have a scale here. If you don't see it, the scale, I believe it's right there. Where's on the other side? Oh, that side. The scale's on this side. Yeah. And it's interesting though. You see the people here at the bottom. Instead of from far away, it can look like groveling, but it's more like these people here, they're grateful. You know, they're grateful. And then this person in the middle, they're like sharing, right? They're sharing. Sharing is caring. That's what's coming through right now. So there is a balance of energies here. You see like the blue and the red, the fire. It's like water and fire balance. So I feel like this as a collective, all of us as a collective, individually, we are learning to get grounded, to get balanced, to not only take but also to receive, to know that like the infinity of our life is it's built, the foundation of our life is built off of connection and support, you know. um and it's like, you know, it's interesting because I don't know why I'm getting like Jesus vibes from this person. I do get like king energy from this. Jesus was a great spiritual teacher, so I feel like if anything, yeah, he's giving, you know, this person here is giving, dropping their coins in the ground. So I feel like this is the energy of, you know, healthy masculinity is providing, supporting, you know, and I've seen some of that in my life. But, you know, I think throughout the world, yes, the collective is healing the masculine and healing the feminine and learning how to balance those two differences in our being. So I know I mentioned that a lot in my tarot reading, especially when I was doing my live streams. But I do feel like this is a crucial time right now to step into your power by knowing that you can be balanced. You can be balanced in your feminine energies and in your masculine energies. And all of us All of us have feminine and masculine within us, no matter what you identify as. Okay. And this giving and receiving energy, I feel like this is really truly feeling grounded through your connection to others and learning to build that and focus on that partnership. So that was coming through. That was coming through. Yeah. And especially with that full moon in Libra specifically. So I don't know if any of you guys feel like actually that you are this person, or that someone is this for you and you were like one of the people on the ground, and they're not even supposed to be seen as like less than or anything like that. But it's people who are like, maybe they've been going through it, and this feels like a blessing to them. It could even be in a connection with 3 people somehow in some kind of way that is resonating with this. So let me know. Let me know if that so far connects. The 5 of Wands here shows there's a change and there's tumultuous energy, maybe different point of views, conflicts. And I do feel like as a collective, in the collective, in our world, there's different points of views, different viewpoints, and people are fighting for truth, fighting for freedom. And this fiery energy that's in the background there, right? It's like that, the power of fighting, and I feel like that's what's changing though. Like we're not wanting to be fighting. What's meant to happen is us coming together in unity, and supporting each other, after the 5 is the 6, and I feel like that's where we're meant to go. I'm definitely reading this different than I usually do. The High Priestess here, I'm putting them all side by side next to each other, but the High Priestess here is a major arcana card. So this is a major energy to get in a reading. And I feel like for the collective, once we stop seeing, like eye for an eye, or like, no, I'm right and I'm right. Like once we start really seeing that, we're all connected to this one source energy. And I feel like even me dropping that card was a representation of like, maybe, humanity has fumbled the ball a few times. We fumbled the ball. Life has been I feel like it was misinterpreted on what it actually means to be abundant, and I feel like this is the collective tapping into the spiritual self here. The High Priestess is the divine feminine energy, aside from other queen cards, but this is like tapping into spirituality, and that's that true innate self, is awareness itself, and spirituality at its core, whether it's traditional or you're doing new age stuff, it's connected to the oneness, the one awareness that we are all connected to, that remembrance that we are all one, union, the number 2 here, a union of the self. And even here there's like blue and red energies balancing, right? It's beautiful. I feel like there is this sense of willpower, because I see like this red from solar plexus chakra, they're like right in the middle. It's not even exactly where her heart is, it's like right underneath. So I feel like, maybe you're feeling a fire in here, or like there's like some kind of intense energy there that's, it's trying to beckon for you to listen to it. And I feel that the 7 of Cups here is representing, there's like a lot of options. Maybe it can be hard to really see, which option to pick. But so this was reversed, actually, I feel like things are actually getting more clear, to be honest, now that that's reversed. To be honest, I forgot what I said earlier. But I feel like some of us are going through a challenge with being able to discern. Yeah, I said being able to discern spiritually, learning to do that. So I feel like some of us are still doing that. But also I feel like it's becoming more clear to the collective. And maybe some of us got a hang of it now, and we know like, okay, this is what discernment and intuition feels like in my body, and connecting to that. And that's what the High Priestess is able to do. So yeah, I'll last pull an ending message card, and I'll tie that all together for us. I'm pulling from my Butterfly Life Changes deck, Oracle deck, and what we got here is healthcare change. So maybe you could be seeing this butterfly. So it looks like a moth, honestly. So you could be seeing moths. It reminds me of a moth, and I'm getting like a little bit of goosebumps on my arm, so I feel like that resonates with this. Some of you guys could be seeing moths, and that's symbol transformation as well. But also butterflies are a symbol of change. So you could be seeing one that looks like this, or even a flower that it's on. And yeah, healthcare change. So I feel like part of what's going to allow all of us to feel connected to our intuition and to feel balanced is making a healthcare change. So maybe that's part of one of the first things we should be focusing on right now. So let me read that for you. And I'm going to hold this up, even though, it's not exactly going to be resonating with the message, but maybe you'll get some kind of visual in your mind, or maybe you can keep this kind of butterfly in mind as you go about your week. So it says, this card is a loving sign for you to protect your health by acknowledging the changes in your body. Most likely, you'll seek professional advice from a physician, naturopath, dentist, optometrist, or nutritionist so that you can plan how to best manage your health. Stay positive and also proactive. Preventative treatment is called for as a way to empower you to stay healthy for many years to come. Additional meanings: get a second opinion, change healthcare providers, study healing, recognize that you are a healer. Beautiful. So I think at first glance, this card, healthcare change, it would be a little confusion for some of us, I think, thinking like, how does this pertain? How does this connect to, like, you know, the Aries energy and balance and harmony? But I I really want to exaggerate that our physical vessel is a communicator between our mind and spirit, right? There's those three parts of ourselves: mind, body, spirit. And we are spirits living in a human existence, first and foremost. The awareness that we can have that we're alive, that is spirit itself, that is source itself, that is even God itself. And your body here is a vessel that your soul chose as an expression, one expression of that source energy, of that God consciousness, that God energy. And we have to protect our bodies, you know, we have to care for it. I'm not perfect. I'm honestly guilty of like having the worst like sleep patterns. I feel like everything else I work out, I do meditation, you know, like yoga, but sleep, man, for some reason, sleep is a challenge for me. Like, I get a lot of sleep, but it's like my hours personally. So, you know, I don't feel like there's exactly one right. Ooh, excuse me. I don't feel like there's exactly one super right or wrong way to even go about sleep, but maybe a lot of us need sleep. And I think that could also be why I yawned just now. And apparently, there's other spiritual reasons for why someone could yawn, but I feel like that happening exactly in that moment as I was talking about sleep. I feel like maybe sleep has been interrupted for a lot of us, and that can happen as we are going through changes on the planet, like energetically, like solar flares that are happening. There's been fireballs, like people have been spotting all over the country or the world. It's not even just the U.S. Probably. I think it's like aside from the U.S., but I know it's been around the U.S. Don't 100% quote me on that though, but I know it's been around the U.S. though. People would see these fireballs, and it's, you know, connected to something within space. Could be from Three Eye Atlas from like months ago after it passed by the sun, you know, and we're finally in the path that it was in around that time, or when it started, like I think breaking apart. But anyways, healthcare change. I feel that even just not taking it word for word, aside from professional advice, I feel that this is connecting to what I was saying from the High Priestess card, like being in touch with your body. It's really important. Being in touch with your body and knowing like what you're feeling and what your body is trying to communicate to you in any given moment, and listening to it, not just ignoring it, you know, not bypassing it, but noticing it, allowing it space to communicate, to be, and then doing what you need to do for yourself to live in this vessel as comfortably as you can and show up in the best way that you possibly can and be that king of discs energy. Even if you're a woman, like I just feel like all of us right now we're more in the action taking phase right now, especially because we're in Aries season and that fiery energy is headstrong and wants to do and create. But honestly, I usually associate creating with the feminine energy, but I think that's how that connects with the High Priestess. But the doing, you know, but in a healthy way, in a healthy way. But even this masculine is knowing how to rest. He's sitting down, right? So, yeah. And yeah, maybe you do need to, you know, talk to a naturopath or a nutritionist, you know, and whatever I think we all know, whoever's watching this reading, you know what's been communicated to your body recently, what's been happening. It could have been something that you've been ignoring for a little while to get checked out. But overall, just, I think also part of that the healthcare change is more than just physical. It is a spiritual thing too. You know, the mindset, stay positive and also proactive. I feel that our collective would do really well benefiting from remembering to stay solution focused and try to stay positive, even if you feel negative, even if you're having a really shitty day, you know. And you know, it's like just without judging yourself, making it worse, you're, you know, choosing to see it as like, okay, you know, even one positive thing you can do in that moment is seeing like, okay, this is here for a reason. I'm going to give it time and space to be, you know, and that's how you can stay positive even if you don't feel the greatest. We're just trying to take action. And yes, preventative treatment. So trying to be ahead of the game, having your ducks in a row. I feel that is going to be what helps you feel empowered. And I feel like that this energy this week really is about empowerment. It really is truly empowerment. And staying healthy, not only physically, but being regulated mentally and emotionally regulated so that you spiritually feel empowered. So yeah, this is the messages for this week. If you want me to dive even deeper like I would in my live streams, I would love to do that. Feel free to comment below or message me on Instagram and let me know that you would like your own personal tarot reading that I can connect with this. And also, if you didn't watch last week's tarot reading, give it a listen, because I feel like it's gonna, if you know there's been any confusion in your life and you've been needing clarity, I feel like all of this it's connecting together week by week, you know, but I feel like there was a lot of key things I was saying in that, but I don't know, YouTube has its own little algorithms and stuff, and it definitely didn't push out well, and I probably needed to put like certain tags in there or whatever. But if you enjoyed my affirmation cards, I make these with my best friend. These are bold affirmation cards for dancers and ravers and just anyone really. It's supposed to be all about good vibes and empowering yourself. So, you know, if you liked these cards, we hand make them and you can buy them on Etsy. And I'll put the link below in the description, okay? Yes, and you can give these out to people as gifts. So you can like give one card out each time, keep one for yourself, give out to others, or, you know, have the whole deck for yourself. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, please like the video. It helps YouTube know people are watching it and actually enjoy it. And if you can, maybe even comment some emojis or actually what your opinion is on if this helped you, if this resonated with anything that you're going through right now, you know. I feel like, yeah, we all are being empowered to stand strong right now and stand in our truth too, for sure. And just, you know, holding ourselves accountable for our lives, really. I feel like that's really what this is about, and feeling empowered in that, not burdened by that responsibility, but empowered by that responsibility. And I feel like I personally, at least, have been also really tapping into this right now, so it definitely connects with my life. I hope it connects with yours as well. Yeah. Like, subscribe, definitely subscribe, please, if you enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Peace and one love. Take care of yourselves, y'all. Bye.